Thank you for joining my Unchained yoga flow. Start in a seated position and feel the points of contact on the floor and breathe. Lift your hands up overhead, goalpost your arms, and bring your right hand up and over your head, opening the right side body. You can look into the crease of your elbow where it bends and breathe and expand your lungs. Coming to center again, and then lifting the left hand overhead, opening the left side body. Looking into the elbow crease and breathing. Release that out, round your back, release your belly, arching and releasing, rolling your shoulders, getting loose and lifting your hands up overhead. We turn at our center, placing our right hand behind our bodies and our left on our thigh. We're not twisting our necks here. We're just twisting our core, our torso, our chest, and our bellies. Breathing, and with each breath, twisting a little further at your center, near your belly button versus your neck. Releasing and coming to center. Again, shake it out. Take a breath. Hands up overhead. Twisting at our center, our left hand on our right thigh, our right arm supporting our back. And we gaze over our shoulder, but we're not twisting our neck. And with each breath in, twisting at our belly buttons, our bellies, our cores a little bit further. When we come to center, we'll reach our hands out in front of us on the ground and roll over our legs into a tabletop shape. Our hands are under our shoulders and our knees are under our pelvis. We have a flat back because we look like a table in tabletop. We'll move into our cat-cow series now, where we will drop our bellies down as our gaze goes up, and then round our backs as our gaze goes down. This warms up the spine and helps build flexibility and gives us really great posture. You can also drop the space between your shoulders up and down to build posture here too. From tabletop, we'll move into downward dog. We press our bums to the sky, we press our heels down, and we move into our warrior one. Our front left leg is bent. Our back right foot faces the top right corner of our mat. We can have our hands up overhead or goalpost our arms by bending at the elbows. Our tailbone is pressed down so that our spine is lengthened. Easier said than done. We move into warrior two. Our right foot opens to the wide side of our mat and our arms reach out in opposite directions. Still having our tailbone tucked, but our pelvis is open to the side. Coming back through mountain, we bring our bodies together. Maybe you shake it out. This time our right front leg is bent. Our back left leg is straight and our toes point to the top left corner of our mat. Tailbone is tucked. You can have your arms in goalpost or straight up over your head. Feeling our pelvis opening. Our hips are focused forward and squared until we open into our wider stance. Arms reach out in opposite directions and we feel gravity pulling at our pelvis. We bring our feet forward, hinge at our hips for a half forward fold, hands just at knee height. attempting to flatten our backs. Then we release into a full forward fold with our legs wide. You can hold your hands together to take our ego out of it. It doesn't matter how far you get, as long as you're lengthening your spine. Standing upright and sitting back into chair pose, you can goalpost your arms. This is like a yogi squat, reaching our bums behind us, bending our knees, and working out our legs. Just breathe and be in this stance. Coming back up to mountain, we'll do a star goddess series. Legs are out wide, arms reaching out. Give yourself a little confident shimmy. Point your feet outward as you squat down, knees over toes, goalpost your arms, and press straight up into the ultimate power pose, star pose. Squat down and up, down and up as you breathe into this powerful series for confidence. Turning sideways with a wide stance, we hinge at our hips and fold forward into a half forward fold. Hands at our knees, and take a breath in as we begin to drop to our wide stance, full forward fold, crossing our arms, hugging our elbows, again to take the ego out of it, just releasing our hamstrings and back. Releasing our hands to the floor. We're in a downward dog with a wide stance. You can have a bit of space more than I do for the camera angle. Releasing our low back and our legs here. We're going to make our way to a wide plank by stepping back, attempting to straighten our spine. And you could always drop a knee or two to build your strength here. Walking your feet in, go into a regular stanced plank and hold or release one leg down for support as you engage your core, envisioning your belly button as the center. When you've had enough, release down into child's pose, knees to the outer edges of your mat, toes come together. A great way to release your hamstrings, your low back, and pretty much everything. Let out a big sigh. Although we're not done yet. Be present and grounded here as you give yourself a little bit of love and care in this restorative shape. Coming out of child's pose, we're going to roll onto our backs into boat, which is another core exercise. You can have your knees bent and hands on the floor. You can have one leg in the air or both and release your supports. No matter which way you do this, it works your middle. Releasing down. We've come to the end of our practice. Corpse pose or shavasana. We release anything that's stirred up into the mat, into the floor beneath us, and into whatever's beneath that. Stay here for as long as you need.